I was brought up in South London in a family that wasn't really religious at all, so I was mildly curious. And then I was sent to a convent, a Roman Catholic convent, and I know we were Protestants, so and I wasn't allowed to take part in the services there. So I think it left me with a little bit of curiosity, but just a smidgen. And then when I was at school, I was really interested in biology and how life started, and I was also a bit more curious about, well, what's the answer? Where do we come from? And I found that biology and physics and chemistry couldn't give the definite answer. And so I started looking a little bit at religion. But more than anything, it was for the social effect that I started when I was 15 going to church, and actually got confirmed in the hope that I would find something almost magical and wonderful, and was a bit disillusioned when I didn't. I was originally going to teach biology and divinity at secondary level because they both, you know, the diametric opposites interested me, but I dropped out after a year. And come 20, and I started seeing what the IRA were doing, and particularly as I got into my 20s and was working in the city when we had the bombings, it made me think that all religion was bad. So I rejected all religion for more or less the next 20 years. I was married when I was 22, and I had my daughter when I was 24, so which was quite normal in those days. Then I had a son who died after 3.5 months, cot death. And after that, I had my son, Cameron, a year or so later. And my children mean such a lot to me. And so it's kind of the most devastating thing that can happen for a mother when her child dies. And it was totally out of the blue. And finding Stuart and holding him in my arms. And I think this probably is one of the reasons that lie at my background, first of all, of rejecting faith again, and eventually of feeding my need to do something more in the world, which took me back into faith.
Yeah, the first contact that I had with Islam was when I went to Jordan. And I remember the first time I heard the call to prayer. I had no idea what it was. I was quite ignorant, really, about Islam and Muslims before I went. I didn't really know much about it. I remember hearing the call to prayer and just, first of all, probably being woken up by it, wondering what was going on. Then once I realised what it was and just hearing it, it was just beautiful. This sound kind of lingering on the night air like that. And I think what really, I was thinking about this the other day. I think there's certain people that I met in Jordan, and their behaviour made such an impact on me. And when I realised that the way they were, that they were trying to practice Islam, and some of the things they were doing were kind of Islamically motivated in terms of their generosity, their kindness, their humility, that really struck me. I thought, wow, I'd never thought that people could be like this. this openness and this warmth and this care for me that they showed me, and that's what really struck me. Never, you know, that very human contact really was the very first impact that Islam had on me, and then I started to learn a bit more.
Well, a Baha'i devotional meeting is really a service to the community at large where you live. And the other services that the Baha'is offer are, you know, to study text, study the holy writings. Baha'is run classes for children and for youth. And these are really community building activities. They're activities that promote harmony and love and peaceful environment and peaceful, healthy communities. And they're offered all over the world by Baha'is in the Congo and, you know, France, everywhere. There are people from all kinds of religious backgrounds who become Baha'is, and I think this is because the Baha'i faith has its foundation in all the other religions. They see all the religions as being from the same source, but a different messenger from God is sent to humanity at different times. So the same with Jesus Christ. He is one of the messengers of God, and everything that I already believed as a Christian, I could believe as a Baha'i. I think if I couldn't have done that, it would probably, I don't know, it would have been very difficult to have been a Baha'i. I don't think I could have let go of the love that I had for Jesus or the acceptance for his teachings.